Hey guys, good morning. It's Tony. Just woke up, so if my voice is a little groggy, that's probably why. Um, Yesterday, massive sell off, massive sell off. Still think we bottomed. Still think we've bottomed. This is actually pretty bullish momentum, or pretty bullish move right here, right? You had a big major trend, broke trend, came back, fully retested trend, and now you're actually on your way up. Um, so still bullish, right? I've been getting a lot of comments lately about saying, "Oh, you've been wrong the last week and a half, or you this and that." No, dude, I know that we've been going down. Like I know that we are going down. Like I easily forecast. I easily knew that we were going down. Right, my indicator said that we were going down. I just don't think that I'm not that bearish. Is what I'm trying to say. Right, like everybody thinks that this is like the end of the world drop. I personally don't think that, right? And if I'm wrong, I'm wrong, right? If this actually ends up going down to 340, then I'm wrong, right? Obviously. But I don't know, man. Like I just this drop seems different than the other times because like it seems like everybody and their mom is like ridiculously bearish and all retail is completely bearish, right? So that's never usually a good thing, right? Like that's never a good thing. When you have all retail and their mom saying like, oh yeah, this is gonna drop further, this and that, blah blah. When you have all of retail basically making like a lot of money or essentially calling everything, that's not good. That's not, you want to do the opposite of that, right? So that's why I'm still bullish, right? Like this drop just feels like everybody, it feels like everybody caught this drop, right? And it feels like retail is the one that's actually coming out winning this time. That's not usually a good sign. But as of right now, I mean, you do have, this is essentially perfect break of structure and then perfect creation of structure, right? Break trend, perfect retest. And usually what happens here is you'll probably next target is going to be at 395, right? I really thought we were going to go to 395 or the 390 this week. We did get very close. We really were only $1 away. So I mean, I did think we were going to 390 this week. We're only about $1 away. I do think that next week target is probably going to be around 395. So I do think right now we do have like the beginnings of structure. So you might start seeing a trend like this, something like that, right? That's what I think is going to happen. Keep in mind, you also have news today. That's going to be another big part of today. If news today comes out like absolutely horrible, this can actually keep dropping to 372. But you do have early indication that they're actually going to be closing a bullish state, right? So you actually close it over here. You closed it at 388, dropped all the way down because of news, and then you're closing a bullish state today at 382 if by end of the day we stay bullish, right? If this actually comes down, you're probably going to give up this trigger, and you're going to be headed probably all the way down to 372. If news today comes out not good, this thing's going to drop, man. I'll be honest. Like TA at this point is not gonna help it if news keeps coming out really shitty, right? But you actually broke highs, right? So I do think you're probably going back to 389, and there's two things that you can possibly do from here, right? Like I said, I'm personally still bullish because of that perfect market structure break. So I do think that actually, where can we actually see this trend go? We could actually see something like this. Yeah, that makes sense. That's exactly what I thought I was gonna do. So from here, right, from this touch of trend, you can probably do something like I said, maybe to 396 to that 200 MA, and then possibly like a drop down to like here. I don't know, something like this, possibly like a drop down to like there, and then another push up to 402, 403 or something, which I think can happen next week. So I think as of right now, you have started this trend up like this, right? I think that can possibly happen, or some kind of, if you have retracement to do, if you do that, or then on 0.5 retracement, because that's usually what SPY likes to do. So if we do this, you can probably push this a little bit lower. 0.5 is like right there. Yeah, I like that. And then you can possibly do something like this and then push up to like 402 or something like that, right? But I do think that next week you could really see, you could go back to like 402 or something, right? That's what I think. That's what I think can happen. I think you can keep pushing from here if news today is actually pretty decent to the bull side. I do think that this is probably what's going to happen with SPX, right? I'll be completely honest. The dollar is also looking pretty weak, right? You're still dropping on the dollar. You still have that perfect entry on the 4 hour. The 4 hour is closing in 3. You're already closing the 4 hour, right? Essentially a perfect entry right here. Still dropping. And I think the 8 hour also, yeah, the 8 hour is nearing another perfect entry close. The daily looks like it's probably going to get canceled. So yeah, definitely bearish on the dollar right now. Doesn't really look like it's going to keep doing, like it's going to keep going up. I really don't think so. And again, still, higher lows, higher lows, higher lows. This thing's going back to like 103, 104. That's what I'm thinking. And you're probably, and at this pace, right? You actually look like you're going to break trend. So the next stop might actually be just like an even 103. Again, Bitcoin's actually pretty resistant. You actually did close that 8 hour trigger, but immediately recovered to the upside, right? Immediately recovered. But you're going to be closing another 4 hour bear trigger soon. And I still think this is going to go down. Like, I mean, you closed the perfect day on the entry. You closed a perfect entry here on the daily. You're still kind of trading sideways for a little bit. So for the most part, I still think if you have one more, let me see, what does the 4 hour look like? Did you ever retest? You didn't actually retest this trend here, actually. So what can happen, right? What can happen is from here, you could see like a retest of trend, something like this, before dropping super hard. Or you can see this drop here to like 15.7. Either way, I'm bearish on crypto, pretty bullish on stocks, right? I'll tell you guys that. I had another couple of requests. So I had a request on Doggy for my Patreon. I want to see what happened. Oh no, yeah, Doggy's going down for sure. Doggy for sure is going to drop. I think Doggy for sure is at least going back to 7 cents, or is probably starting at 1 cent to 5 cents. You have your perfect entry on the daily for Doggy. Yeah, this thing's going down. Yeah, Doggy's going down. I'd be shorting this. I'd start my shorts right now on Doggy. I really thought that this was going to moon on the hour, right? Perfect entry on the daily. And you did run up technically, right? You ran from, 0.07 to up here, but it's not a significant drop, right? Or a significant run to the upside. Yeah, I definitely short Doggy all day right now. As long as that daily trigger closes, like I'd be shorting this all day long. All day long. Probably set up something like this. Something like that. Yeah, I'd probably short it down to like 5 cents. That's what I think can happen. Short this down all the way to 5 cents. Because that's the thing. Every daily, right? Every daily drop. Oh, wait. No, the 4 hour. Sorry, the 4 hour is actually going to be... I thought it was the daily. Oh, my God. Yeah, I thought it was the daily. So 4 hour perfect entries usually end up dropping a nice little amount. So probably from what? 10 cents to 9 cents. So yeah, you could probably see another drop, like a drop from 7.7 to like 6.7. So maybe somewhere around this area, but you will break lows, right? If you break these lows, you're probably gonna come here, maybe retest up here, then come all the way back down. It's just, crypto just looks bad overall. Crypto looks, again, ADA, same thing. ADA does not look like it's gonna push back up. I mean, I don't even have market structure on this. What's wrong with my ADA? ADA, there we go. Yeah, ADA definitely looks like it's going to 20 cents. I don't even need to do TA on this, right? Perfect entry on the daily. I mean, I guess you can wait a little bit, but I take the short all day. I mean, unless we get as soon as we get this perfect entry on the 4 hour, man, I take the short all day long, right? Again, perfect entry on the 4 hours tends to drop pretty okay, but again, you're probably going back to range 0.24, right? That's probably where you're gonna go. So I'd say range right now is something like this. I'd go even lower, to be honest. I don't think the new range is probably here. Yeah, should I short this at least down to like 0.24? It looks like it's gonna drop at least like 1 cent, back down to this low range. And if that breaks, I mean, it seems very likely that you're gonna just keep dropping all the way down to 20 cents. And you're going to be closing a bearish week, right? You already did. You literally just closed it. So, I mean, usually what happens is, yeah, it's usually just a continuation of a push down. I would guess that from here, like all this is going to be probably something similar, and you're going down 20 cents. After 20 cents, you're looking at what? Where's there a lot of structure? Here. Here, actually, this should, why is this up here? This should be, this should actually be lower. What the heck? Yeah, that should be there. Yeah, so not 20 cents, 17 cents is actually the next target for ADA. That's our next structure. Let me see. Change it to red, and then possibly like here. Yeah. So this is gonna be your structure for your next, I don't know, couple of months, maybe. I definitely see this going down to 17 cents though. 17, 12, and then 9 cents. But yeah, this looks like it's going down, man. It looks kind of insane. And then I had another member from my Patreon ask me for MVIS. And this looks absolutely ugly. It looks like it's gonna go back to $1.50. I mean, you already had a perfect entry on the bear. Not a perfect entry. You had a bear candle, perfectly closed under major support. So again, I don't need to do much TA here. I mean, you had a really nice break of trend. You had a nice trend up here for a while. You started this trend on May, and you closed it, or you actually broke under it in August. So you had a really good trend to the upside for a couple of weeks, and it looks like it's headed right back down. So this does look like it's going down to like 150 or so, I'll be completely honest. Even on the monthly looks like it's going to close like a VC on the bear side. I don't even know what happened the last time I did this. Last time you dropped 64 cents. You dropped like 70% last time you did this. But I think it's really just a continuation of a push down. So, I mean, I think what can happen is you can keep, you're probably going to drop to 150, maybe recover back up to here like 230, and then drop again. So, yeah, look, and yeah, you have like a very first, like this you could kind of see this as the very first bear candle closing under MVIS. But yeah, this just looks like a straight down shot, man. Like this looks crazy, right? This trend doesn't look like it's going to like, this trend doesn't look like it's going to end. Especially after you just closed that, a bunch of weak bearish candles, some big bearish candles too. I mean, you could do this, right? I mean, you have one trend here. Let's see, there. So you have one trend here. Your second trend is actually up. I do like this, the highest peak, I guess, like that. But yeah, I mean the most that you can probably see is like a dance between trends, which is kind of funky because the direction is still down, right? So the bet, like I said, you need to retest this, right? So this can probably come back down like here to like 114 before popping to trend maybe like at 202. And then dropping again like this, which is gonna be super ugly. But if it actually crosses or passes this trend, you're probably going back to like again like maybe 4 something. Let me see if I can find another trend for you. Because usually what happens is you break that trend and go back to like 0.5, 0.6 retracement. Let's see, assuming this is the low, right? Assuming that like $1.60 is the low, you could probably retrace back to like 350, 412. If you break that trend, right? So depends if you like MVIS or not. So 350, 12, $4, like you can probably retrace back up to like here and then come back down and then like push up like that, right? That's what can happen. So 2 things, or let me get this out of the way, like that, right? This, pushed it down here. Yeah, that. So 2 things, whoops. MVIS right now, overall bearish, bro. I'm not gonna lie to you and say that it's bullish or it can recover from here. I don't think it's gonna recover. I think it's going straight down to 150, and then you can make another decision from there based off of TA. So, I mean, I would probably put an alert at 150 when this hits. Figure out what TA says. Is it gonna keep dropping, or is it gonna go lower, or it's gonna rebound, right? But again, I think we're going straight down to 150, like around this area. Probably rebounding, going back to trend up here eventually. And then if it either breaks this trend here, which is the actual major trend, you're probably going back to like a 409 or like 350 retest, right? Coming back down, and then you're gonna keep pushing up to $5. But if this actually keeps breaking to the lower end, you can go significantly lower. And if you look at the month is definitely not on your side. You're about to close a bear trigger on the monthly. This definitely looks like it's gonna keep going lower. So minimum, I say this is going down to 150, maybe in like another month or two. And then from there, I guess if you still like this thing, then that'd be fantastic. I mean, it was a really good entry back here, right on the monthly at 323. Kept pushing, to like 595. So almost 100% gain, which was really good on the month. But obviously, it gave all of that back. Gave all of that back starting in August. So again, MVIS is kind of funky. If you're at break even right now, I look into getting out, because it just doesn't look all that good. But again, SPX, I still think we're at the bottom ish, right? And I still think you can come back and retrace back to like 402. I'll see you guys later. Bye bye.